I'm 67 years old, and I've been sober for 7 years now. 7 years without a drink. 7 years of clarity. 7 years of finally being the man I should have always been. But it's 7 years too late. My wife is gone. My children won't speak to me. My grandchildren don't know me. The family I had. The family I destroyed. They're never coming back. My name is Robert, and I need to tell you about 20 years of drinking. 20 years of choosing alcohol over everything and everyone that mattered. 20 years that cost me absolutely everything. Because maybe if you hear what I did, what I lost, what I threw away one bottle at a time, maybe you won't make the same mistake. Let me take you back to 1985. I was 27 years old, just married to the most beautiful woman I'd ever met. Her name was Catherine. Smart, kind, patient, full of life and hope. I wasn't a drinker then. Not really. I'd have a beer after work sometimes, a glass of whiskey at social events. Normal, controlled, nothing concerning. We had our first child in 1986, a daughter, Emma, perfect in every way. I was working construction, good job, physical work, decent money. We had a small house, one car, normal young family life, and I was happy, really happy. The drinking started slowly, so slowly I didn't even notice it becoming a problem. After work, I'd stop at the bar with the guys, just one beer, then two, then three, just unwinding, just being social. Nothing wrong with that, right? Catherine would call. Dinner's ready. When are you coming home? Soon, honey, just one more. But one more turned into 3 more. And I'd stumble home at 8 or 9 p.m., dinner cold, Emma already asleep. Catherine sitting alone at the table. She'd say, "Robert, this is the 3rd time this week." And I'd say, "I'm working hard. I deserve to relax with the guys." Looking back now, I can see her face. The disappointment, the worry, the first cracks forming. But I didn't see it then, or I didn't want to see it. Our second child was born in 1989, a son, Marcus. Now we had 2 beautiful children, a loving wife, everything a man could want. And I started drinking more. The pattern was simple. Work, bar, home late, fight with Catherine, sleep it off, repeat. By 1992, I was drinking every single day, not just at the bar anymore. I started keeping bottles at home, in the garage, in my truck, hidden in places Catherine wouldn't look. I told myself I didn't have a problem. I never missed work. I paid the bills. I provided for my family. So what if I drank? It was my business, my way of coping with stress. But Catherine saw what I couldn't, or wouldn't. She tried talking to me, gently at first. "Robert, I'm worried about you. You're drinking so much. Every day, every night." I'd get defensive, angry. I work hard for this family. If I want to have a few drinks, that's my choice. Stop nagging me. Nagging. I called her worry nagging. God, I was cruel. Emma was 6 years old. Marcus was 3. They were young enough that I thought they didn't notice, that they didn't understand. But children see everything. They remember everything. Emma would ask, "Daddy, why do you smell funny?" And Catherine would make excuses for me. "Daddy's just tired from work, sweetheart." She protected me, covered for me, even when I didn't deserve it. In 1995, I got my first DUI. Driving home from the bar, swerving, ran a red light, got pulled over. I spent the night in jail. Catherine had to come bail me out in the morning. She brought the kids. They were in the car, waiting, while their mother went inside to get their drunk father out of jail. Emma was 9. Marcus was 6. They knew, they saw. Catherine was quiet the whole drive home. That terrified me more than her yelling would have. When we got home, she finally spoke. She said, "Robert, this has to stop. You could have killed someone. You could have killed yourself. Our children need their father. I need my husband. The real you. Not this version that chooses alcohol over us every single day." I promised her. I swore. "I'll stop. I'll cut back." That was a wake-up call. I promise, Catherine. I promise. I meant it when I said it. I really did. I stayed sober for 3 weeks, 21 days. Then someone offered me a beer at a barbecue, and I said yes. Just one, I told myself. I can handle just one, but addicts can't handle just one. It's never just one. Within a month, I was drinking just as much as before, maybe more, and the promises started piling up. Broken promise after broken promise after broken promise. I'll stop. I'll cut back. This time is different. Just give me one more chance. Catherine heard them all, and slowly she stopped believing them. Emma's 10th birthday party, 1996. Catherine had been planning it for weeks, invited all Emma's friends, decorated the backyard, baked a cake. I promised I'd be there, promised I'd be sober, promised I'd be the dad Emma deserved for one afternoon. I stopped at the bar after work, just for one quick drink, to take the edge off. I came home 4 hours late, drunk, stumbling, slurring. The party was over. The kids were gone. Emma was in her room crying. Catherine was cleaning up alone. She looked at me, and I saw something break in her eyes, something that never quite healed. She said quietly, "Your daughter asked for you 17 times today. 17. Where's Daddy? When is Daddy coming? Did Daddy forget?" I ran out of excuses, Robert. I ran out of lies to tell her. I tried to apologize, tried to hug Emma, but she pulled away from me, covered her nose, said, "You smell bad, Daddy." I smelled like alcohol, like broken promises, like the father I swore I'd never be. The years blurred together after that. 1996, 1997, 1998, all the same, all soaked in alcohol. I'd come home drunk most nights. Some nights I didn't come home at all, passed out at a friend's house, sleeping it off in my truck, once in a park bench. Catherine stopped waiting up for me, stopped making dinner for me, stopped trying to talk to me. Emma became quiet, withdrawn. She stopped inviting friends over because she never knew what state her father would be in. Marcus started having behavior problems at school, acting out, fighting. The school called Catherine multiple times. The counselor told her, children who live with an alcoholic parent often externalize their stress through aggression. Marcus wasn't a bad kid. He was a scared kid, living in a house with an unpredictable drunk father. In 2000, Catherine gave me an ultimatum. Emma was 14. Marcus was 11. She sat me down and said, "Robert, I can't do this anymore. I've stood by you for 15 years. I've made excuses. I've covered for you. I've protected the children from seeing the worst of it. But they see it anyway, and it's destroying them." She put divorce papers on the table. "You have a choice. Get help, real help. Go to rehab. Go to AA. Do whatever it takes. Or sign these papers and move out." I looked at those papers, looked at her face, saw 15 years of pain and exhaustion written there, and I said, "I'll get help. I promise. Just don't leave. Please don't leave." She agreed to one more chance, one final chance. I went to rehab, 30 days, inpatient treatment, group therapy, the whole program. I met people there who'd lost everything to alcohol: careers, houses, families, health. Some of them homeless, some of them sick, some of them dying. And I thought, I'm not like them. I'm not that bad. That's what every addict thinks, until they are that bad. I completed the 30 days, came home clean, clear-headed, full of promises. I stayed sober for 6 months. Best 6 months we'd had in years. Emma started smiling again. Marcus's behavior improved. Catherine started to believe maybe, just maybe, we'd make it. Then I had a bad day at work, got chewed out by my boss, felt stressed, angry, frustrated, and I stopped at the liquor store on the way home, just this once, just to take the edge off, just one bottle. I can control it this time. That's what I told myself. That's what every relapse starts with. That one bottle turned into 20 bottles. That one night turned into 6 months. That 6 months turned into years. Catherine tried to hide it from the kids, but you can't hide a drunk father. They knew. They always knew. Emma was 16 when I showed up drunk to her school play. She had the lead role, had been practicing for months, was so excited for me to see her perform. I sat in the audience, drunk, loud, made comments during the quiet scenes, laughed at wrong times. Emma saw me from the stage. Our eyes met, and I saw something die in her face. After the play, she walked right past me, wouldn't look at me. Got in the car with Catherine, and they left me there. I drove home drunk. Again. Somehow didn't crash. Somehow didn't get pulled over. Pure luck. When I got home, Emma was in her room with the door locked. Catherine was sitting at the kitchen table, crying. She said, "She's embarrassed of you. Her friends saw you. Their parents saw you. She's humiliated." I tried to apologize the next morning, tried to explain, but Emma wouldn't talk to me, started avoiding me completely. Marcus was 13, becoming a teenager, angry all the time. One night he screamed at me, "I hate you. You're drunk every day. You're a terrible father. I wish you'd just leave." I was drunk when he said it. I got angry, yelled back, said things I don't even remember but I'm sure were awful. He stopped talking to me after that. Would leave the room when I entered, wouldn't look at me, treated me like I was invisible. I lost my job in 2005, showed up drunk too many times. They'd given me warnings, chances, final chances. Then they let me go. Catherine was working 2 jobs by then, supporting the family because I couldn't. We were broke, behind on the mortgage, drowning in debt, because I spent our money on alcohol, hundreds of dollars every month on bottles and bottles and bottles. In 2007, Catherine filed for divorce, for real this time. She said, "I can't do this anymore, Robert. I've given you 17 years, countless chances. You've chosen alcohol every single time. I have to choose my children. I have to protect them from this, from you." I begged her to stay, promised to quit, promised to change. She said, "Your promises mean nothing. You've broken every single one." She was right. The divorce was finalized in 2008. She got the house, full custody of the kids. I got weekends if I could prove I was sober. I never could prove it, so I never got weekends. Emma was 22, just graduated college, didn't invite me to her graduation. I found out about it on Facebook. Marcus was 19, in college, hadn't spoken to me in 2 years. I lived alone in a small apartment, worked odd jobs when I could get them, drank every single day. This went on for years, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, all blurred together in a haze of alcohol and loneliness. I hit rock bottom in 2013, woke up in a hospital, had fallen down the stairs in my apartment building. Drunk, could have broken my neck, could have died. The doctor looked at my chart and said, "Your liver is failing. Your heart is weakened. If you don't stop drinking, you'll be dead within 5 years. I was 55 years old, and a doctor was telling me I'd drunk myself almost to death. That hospital visit changed something in me. Not immediately, but slowly. I joined AA, started going to meetings, got a sponsor, started working the steps. It was hard, the hardest thing I'd ever done, facing what I'd done, who I'd become, what I'd lost. But I stayed with it, day by day, one day at a time. I got sober in 2014, really sober. Not just stopping drinking, but addressing the addiction, the trauma, the reasons behind it. I've been sober for 7 years now. I'm 67 years old, clear-headed, healthy, working, contributing to society. And I'm completely alone, because getting sober doesn't magically fix what you broke. It doesn't bring back the people you destroyed with your addiction. I tried to reach out to my family, wrote letters, sent emails, called. Emma's phone number was disconnected, or she'd blocked me. I don't know which. Marcus responded once. One email. It said, I'm glad you're sober. I really am. But I don't want you in my life. You were drunk for my entire childhood. Every memory I have of you is connected to alcohol. Every holiday, every birthday, every milestone. You were drunk for all of it. I've moved on. Please respect that. I haven't heard from him since. Catherine remarried. I found out through mutual friends. A good man, kind, present, sober. Everything I wasn't. She's happy. I'm genuinely glad. She deserved happiness after all those years of pain I put her through. Last year, I found out Emma has 2 children. My grandchildren, a boy and a girl, ages 4 and 2. I've never met them, never seen them except in photos on social media that I shouldn't be looking at, but I can't help myself. They'll never know me, never know their grandfather, because I was drunk for 20 years and destroyed any chance of being in their lives. Marcus is engaged, getting married next year. I won't be invited. I know that. I've accepted that. I go to AA meetings 3 times a week. I have friends there, people who understand, who've lived similar stories, who've lost similar things. But at the end of the meeting, they go home to their families, the ones who forgave them, the ones who stayed. I go home to my small apartment, alone. There's a man in my AA group. His name is Frank. He's 70, been sober for 15 years. He told me once, getting sober is the first step, but it doesn't erase what you did. My wife forgave me. My kids slowly came back, but it took years, and some relationships never fully healed. My oldest son, we're polite, but we're not close, not like we should be, and that's my fault. That's what I have to live with. At least Frank has his family, even damaged, even distant. They're there. I have nothing. I volunteer at a homeless shelter now, serve meals, talk to people living on the streets. Many of them are addicts, alcohol, drugs. They've lost everything, and I see myself in them. I was headed there. If I hadn't gotten sober when I did, I'd be on those streets. But sometimes I wonder if being sober in this empty apartment is much better than being drunk on the streets. At least the drunk people have hope that things might get better if they stop. I stopped, and the people I loved are still gone. That's the truth nobody tells you about addiction. Getting sober is crucial, necessary, life-saving, but it doesn't fix everything you broke. It doesn't bring back the years, the trust, the love, the family. Sometimes you get sober and realize it's too late. So let me speak to you now, you watching this, you listening to my story. If you're drinking too much, if your family is begging you to stop, if your spouse is threatening to leave, if your children are scared of you, if you're making promises you can't keep, stop, now, today, not tomorrow, not next week, not after one more drink, now. Because I'm 67 years old. I've been sober for 7 years. I'm healthy, clear-minded, present, and I'm completely alone. My daughter won't speak to me. My son wants nothing to do with me. My grandchildren will never know me. The woman I loved married someone else. 20 years of drinking, and I'll spend the rest of my life paying for it. You might think you have time, that you can quit later, that one more year won't make a difference, that your family will wait. They won't. There's a breaking point, a moment when the people who love you realize that loving you is destroying them, and they leave. They have to survive. Catherine gave me 17 years, 17 years of chances, and I wasted every single one. Don't waste yours. If someone loves you enough to beg you to stop, stop. If your children are scared of you, stop. If you're hiding bottles, lying about how much you drink, getting angry when people question you, stop, because addiction is a thief. It steals everything: time, money, health, dignity, relationships, love, family, and you don't realize what you've lost until you're sober and you look around and everyone's gone. I'm 7 years sober, and I'm proud of that. It took everything I had to get here, but I'd trade all 7 years, all the clarity, all the health, all the sobriety, for one more chance with my family, one more dinner with Catherine and the kids, one more birthday party where I show up sober and present, one more school play where Emma looks at me from the stage and smiles instead of dying inside. But I can't have that. I had thousands of chances and I threw them all away. You still have yours. Don't throw it away. Get help. Today. Right now. AA. Rehab. Therapy. Whatever it takes. Because I'm 67 years old, 20 years of drinking, and a family that will never come back. Don't be me. Don't wait until it's too late. Stop now. While the people you love are still there. While they're still willing to fight for you, because one day they won't be. And you'll spend the rest of your life sober and alone, wishing you could go back. But you can't. I can't. Don't make my mistake. Please.